The Philadelphia 76ers hosted the Los Angeles Clippers and came away with a 110-103 victory. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons played excellent together because of an adjustment Brett Brown finally made. Could this simple move spark a run for the Sixers and save Brett Brown's job? My name is Vernon F. Miller, and this is Sports News Stream, where we provide the latest content in sports. Please, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of all the latest content we upload. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you. And please leave a comment along with hitting that like button. We respond to all comments. Well, it looks like Brett Brown finally got it. He started Korsman last night and benched Al Horford. And it worked out in spades for the Philadelphia 76ers and Brett Brown. Brett Brown looked like a basketball coach last night. The Sixers offense was fluent. They were definitely moving the ball a lot better. Even though Korsman had no points, it wasn't the fact that he had no points, which, don't get me wrong, it would have helped, but it opened up the floor for the Sixers because now there's space for Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons to coexist on the floor. Mind you, let's not forget the fact that now you have ball handlers coming off of the bench as well. You got Alec Burke and Glenn Robinson III, who are capable of creating their own shots, and they are, especially Burks, they're very good at handling the ball. So if you got a guy that's very good at handling the ball, like Burke, he can go ahead and do simple moves or simple plays like, pick and rolls now with Ben Simmons, who's more athletic than Joel Embiid, who can get to the cup a lot easier, faster, and stronger than, let's say, a Ben Simmons. So those type of pick and roll moves with Ben Simmons moving without the ball is going to come out and work out for the Sixers in dividends later on down the stretch. This move, in my opinion, could possibly save Brett Brown's job if he's able to make the certain adjustments that are needed down the stretch with this lineup to go ahead. This lineup that he now has is almost Brett Brown proof, as a friend of mine put out there. It's Brett Brown proof if he can just go ahead and tweak the lineup in a way where you decide to sit your starters down and you can put certain guys in their place and they can sustain the lead that was produced. So it's definitely going to be very interesting and exciting for Sixer fans to see how this plays out. Joel Embiid, he had a monster game last night, 26 and 5. Ben Simmons had he had a triple double, 26, 12, and 10. Horford came off the bench with 9.6 rebounds, and that's what you want from Horford. Now he coming off the bench, he can play the defense that he wants to play, and he is not in Joel Embiid's way, and he can actually go ahead and really start getting into his zone. Richardson, he came back and had 21 points. So there was a lot of effort from everybody on the floor last night, and it was a fun game, and it looked real good. For the Sixers looked real good. So this might be something that they can build upon heading into the All-Star break. This win was much needed, definitely needed. They could not go, even though it was Clippers, they could not go into the All-Star break losing another game, period. So it worked out big for them because not only did they win, but they won against I call an A1 team, a team that a lot of are expecting to represent the West in the finals. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Sixers come out of the All-Star break with these moves here. Now the Sixers also are 25-2 at home, so in some ways I'm not going to say I expected them to win, but I knew the percentage of them winning at home was very high because, they're the best in the NBA at home, so it behooves the Sixers to really concentrate on moving up in the Eastern Conference standings because they can't win on the road right now. They're lacking maturity and they're lacking coaching leadership to help them win on the road. So these are things that they're going to definitely need to start tightening up on as you get closer to playoff time, even closer to the stretch. Because right now, after the All-Star break, a lot of teams are going to be jockeying for position. I believe Boston's has the third spot. I believe it's Milwaukee, Toronto, Boston, Miami, and then the Sixers. And then Indiana. Those are your top 6 teams. So if I'm the Sixers, you want to move up to at least the third spot. You want to move up to the third spot, 4 for third, so that way you can at least start hosting some playoff games because of how strong you are at home. Heading into, sitting in the 5th spot, you're playing Miami, whose Jimmy Butler's been sitting in your head for all season. Or if you slide down to the 6th spot, you're playing Boston, which is not an easy task at all. So there's some some work that needs to be done. I think this move Brett Brown made by sitting Horford down was a move that people have been screaming about for the last couple of months now. So you had three center/forwards all in the post playing together. Embiid, Simmons, and Horford. There was no movement. There was no spreading on the floor. So this was definitely needed. And I think this right here could possibly be the spark that takes the Sixers. I mean, if the Sixers play this right, they may be able to go ahead and at the very least get I'm thinking the 3rd seed. So, which will change everything for them in the playoffs. So, Brett Brown, he may have an opportunity to, at the very least, have these individuals have a conversation about saving his job. So, with that being said, hope everyone enjoys the All-Star break. And let me know what you think in the comments. Will this move right here help Brett Brown save his job? Did Brett Brown save his job by making this move right here? Do y'all think I'm tripping, or do you think Brett Brown's out of here regardless? So with that being said, thank you for all the love and support. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the like button. And we're on to the next one.